hotfix.
This is Howard Cosell. Up and down, all around. I don't believe it. The jab to the left is Mouse. Weens steps back and looks forward and says, I'm gonna get you, sucker.
Mouse and Weens and a 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 mouse and Weens mouse and Weens.
Start! Yeah!
Wow.
We did it! Hello! It is us. It is I, Mouse. I'm Joelle. I am the San Diego mom, wifey, cat, dog, kid lady.
And I'm Weens, otherwise known as Julianne, and I'm available to party. Woo! I'm a swinging ween.
Which I love because you just talked to me yesterday about, is it weird that I never want to go out or do anything? Is it me or is it just the times? And
Yeah, could it be?
I don't know. I think
Apparently
it's
the times because a lot of people are having a hard time readjusting after COVID.
True, although it's been quite a while. But, hey, you know what? I say be authentic, and if you don't want to go out, don't go out! It's overrated, you spend too much money, and you have to get all zhuzhed up, and I'd rather stay in my sweatpants.
Yeah.
I'm kind of with you.
Really?
I mean,
Okay.
yeah. Right? They're cozy.
Yeah, I enjoy sweatpants. Our father used a lot of sweatpants in his day.
Yes.
Did you notice that?
You did. I thought about that just today, yeah.
Our mother does not. She's not as sweaty. I've just had a cold that I obtained from your young daughter, who we call Typhoid Charlotte, because she's always the ground zero germ spreader.
Yeah, and I think by us sharing this mic right here, we're on YouTube too. You can see how close we're talking.
I don't need to know what you ate. It smells like some kind of garlic.
No, it
barf.
does not. It was a leftover hot dog.
Oh, gosh.
I mean, sausage.
Too
is
much sodium nitrate, folks.
artisanal.
Mm-hmm.
No, I think, are we going to pass it back and forth? Or once we've built up our viral load, we're okay now?
I might pass it to you, so.
I think I already have it, though.
Okay.
Anyway.
We'll see.
All right, Weens, let's jump into our topic today. I am going through some teenage changes. If you guys don't know, I have a 16-and-a-half-year-old, a 15-and-a-half-year-old, both boys, and then a 11-year-old girl. So, and
It sounded like you were going through teenage changes. But
oh yeah,
you've
that
already
too.
been through them.
Yes,
Yours
no.
is more
I will say,
menopausal.
yeah, my teenage boobs have now become
Big
perimenopausal.
old pancake flaps hanging on the side of a fence.
They're still nice. They're just lower than they were.
Really?
Yeah. As my friend Melissa says, 20? 40. 20? 40. I'm raising my hands up and down. The up ones are the 20s. The down ones are the 40s. Yeah, I mean, they used to line up with like my armpits. They were way up here, and now they're down here. But they're still in the same shape. I don't know. Whatever. Who cares? They did their job. They're done. They can retire now into my, I need a nice bra. Anyway, I'm
You
the
had
mom one.
humans hanging off of them for a while.
I did.
Isn't that interesting?
So
What a
weird.
bizarre human. I thought about they call it the African ankle shooters, but a lot of people who have never had brasiers in their life, and you just see people hanging out without shirts in the savannas and things, and wouldn't that be uncomfortable?
Did you see that when you traveled in, where were you?
Namibia.
Namibia.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just shirtless and hanging.
The Hatha women, and yeah. Except I will say they didn't have these old German longhorns. They were a little more taut and tight.
Well, yeah, that's all right. I mean, honestly, we put way too much pressure on ourselves for boobalages.
I think boobs are great and fine if they're long.
Yeah, that's right. Not that we know anything about
long
boobs.
That's our tagline. Not that we know anything about long boobs. All right, Seth, so
Okay,
tell me what's
yes.
going on in your teenage world.
Well, since we last recorded, I mean, I think we've been talking about vacations and things like that, but the boys have changed. We've been going through stuff. So the 16-and-a-half-year-old is finally driving. Yay. He got his license officially after all this time practicing with a permit and driving around with me. And I'm sad for the time. It was a fun time to sit in the passenger seat with him and we would talk, and it was focus time without a freaking device in his hand, you know? And
For 10 minutes.
well, yeah, short little drives, but it was nice. And I kind of missed that. But I'm very happy for him that he passed his license exam. I'll let you finish drinking. Gurgly audio.
Is that okay?
Mm-hmm. And he now takes Elliot everywhere too. So now I don't have to drive Elliot. So all of a sudden I went from carpooling mom to not needed mom.
Oh, is that really a thing?
Well, it feels like that, but no, it's not. I mean, they still need me, but I don't have to drive. Yeah, it's weird. It was like a big part of my job description, right? I'm the driving mom. I am
So
attached.
you don't feel relief at all?
I do feel relief, but I also feel sadness. It's just a big change, you know? And then you moved in and you have been driving Charlotte, so I'm off the hook for that one. So I really only do a one-way trip now with a child.
Wow.
And it's a big change. I don't know. So it's weird. It's just one of those changes. I was reading something that as a parent, you go through tiny little, what is it called? Mournings. Like you mourn a little bit with each new stage.
So what is that? I don't understand that. So is it that they're getting closer to leaving and then you don't know your purpose in life anymore?
Not that it's a purpose. It's just your job description has changed. It's like changing departments at a workplace. And
Or
it's
changing
kind of like
careers entirely?
Yeah, not yet. I think it's more of, hi, people on floor 1, I'm going to floor 2 now. I will remember these years and days. It was fun. And then you go up the elevator. But you're still at the same company. How's that for an analogy?
So the company is the house.
Yeah.
The floors are the
Yeah.
stages.
Yeah.
And
Yeah. Okay, wait, I didn't want to get into the whole main meat yet. We were going to talk about you. All right, let's table that. This is just stuff I want to talk about. There are a couple of teenage...
No, I like to get into it. Do it while you're flowing. So the
Well,
teen stuff is a little bit of grieving and mourning,
Yeah.
but you're happy that they're, I mean, he can
Did you
drive.
Read my flow of paper, though. I had a whole plan.
Okay, let's go with your plan.
All right, thank you. I do want to hear from you first, because I think that's important. I think this is what the people that might listen to Mouse and Weens would be interested in. So let's table the teen talk for a second, because I do have a few incidents
Oh.
that I want to talk about. And-
Inciting incidents?
yes, and get your guys' opinion. But yeah, catch me up with what we've been doing. Tell people what we're up to, because this is, speaking of job change, a
Mhm.
really big new thing that we're doing.
So we're working on a documentary. Is that what you're talking about?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes, this was a documentary that we had decided to do. It actually was inspired. I love Laura Havers, who we interviewed.
Haver.
Haver, who we interviewed on our show, but she has something called the Havers.
Chasing Havers.
Yeah, so
Her
that's why I got
sons.
confused.
Got it.
Okay. And she's a great lady, and I had a little consultation session with her. And it was like, what do you really want to do? Like, if you could do anything, what lights you up? And I was like, documentary, if I were to shoot a documentary on near death experiences or something in that world. She was like, okay, so write it down. And then I did, and then it was like, oh, that's unrealistic. And now we are here. I've come to San Diego. I cut the cord on the film industry. You've so
Sort of.
kindly.
You cut the cord on someone else telling you what to do. Now you're in the film. You are part of the film industry, but it's independent.
Yeah. Yes. So I'm here. And then we decided to shape it into more of a story that we could both do together, which I love that idea. Don't you?
Mm-hmm.
What are you doing?
Drinking water. Never mind. Pretend we're on Zoom
It's
and you
pretty
can't
loud
see me.
and gulpy.
It was not. Mine wasn't as
Well, I am just giving it back. And so now we're doing it on, there were nefarious, possibly, circumstances about my father, our father,
my father too.
who
But
art
yeah.
in heaven. It's my little joke. And
Just a little joke.
Yeah. And so we don't know what exactly happened around his death.
It's a mystery.
And we're going to discover it as we go and discover other lessons on the way. So we went and we shot a week so far,
Mm-hmm.
or at least a week on the road with a lot of interviews. We shot a lot around the house, building up to that, and a little bit afterwards. So we're going to start piecing it together. And we still have some loose ends to tie up.
We're going on another trip in a couple weeks. And we're still collecting lots of footage around here. And then we have some artsy shots to do. But it's so cool for me, can I just say, because I'm watching TV and movies now with new eyes and noticing like, oh, how did they get that shot? And what kind of camera was used? And interesting angle. And it's so fun to be on the filmmaker side of things.
Yeah, we were
And-
watching the trailer to Surviving Death and like both yelling, drone shot,
Yeah.
drone shot.
And the Tyler Henry Life After Death series on Netflix. I don't know if anyone's watching that, but he's a medium. And yeah, drone shot and just all the different going in and out of focus and something in the foreground, the background. And
So what did you, okay, seeing what we did, because we did a lot of planning.
mhm,
I mean, I'll say I did a lot of planning.
you did a lot of planning.
But you also did too.
No, I pretty much showed up.
Okay. But now that you did the process of, you know, you went through a week of filming equipment, we had to bring all of our equipment in the car.
Mhm.
We brought Andrew Piconi cameraman. And what'd you think of the whole, that part of it, production wise?
All right, I'm just going to say this to the audience who may not be filmmakers, but basically it's kind of like a huge, not party, but like a wedding where there's different parts and pieces every minute of the day. You have to be on and pack up quickly and move and go to the next location and unpack and reset up and touch up the makeup and film again. And you never are really off until you go to bed. And it's a short sleep and then you wake up and you go again. And this was like a nice film schedule. So I can't imagine a real, like where you were working on The Rookie and, or as your hat says, and then she put black tape over Rookie because she's tired of talking about it. But where it's 18-hour shoots and stuff like that. Like this was just 3 people and some equipment, which filled up the entire back of my Suburban. And it was nuts. It was exhausting.
Was it really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it was fun. It was exciting, but I was looking forward to coming home.
Really?
It was 1 week. And yeah.
Oh.
What about you? Did you
I
love
was
it?
yeah, I love it.
Love it. This is your thing.
That's my thing. And I would like to have kept going. I was like, oh, we're gonna go home. It's gonna go back to routine.
Really?
Yeah.
See, and I was kind of craving the routine. I missed my little wake up, my coffee, kids, school, the whole thing.
I think it's a excitement to it. There's an adrenaline, at least that I like. Are you addicted to adrenaline? My therapist said I might be.
Yes, I think you are.
Really?
I agree with that. Your whole life, it's been looking for the thrills and the adventure and and I think that's normal and human, but you can keep going with it. I'm like, I peter out after a while. I get my shot and I'm good. You want to keep going.
So was that was exhausting? You
Yes.
Could you do that for a month?
I mean, it would have to be, I maybe I just have to be more involved. If I had done the planning and I knew who we were going to talk to more, and because I was kind of along for the ride, I was more of a player on the team than the planner. So I don't know.
Yeah, it might be different
Yeah.
if you were.
But you did a great job, dude. You had it down.
Thank you.
Although if you do want to be a director, you got to get mean. You were too nice.
That's
I
been
think.
my problem.
Because then we missed some good shots and things like that because it wasn't clear what we were supposed to do.
No, it was
Because you wanted it to be a nice experience.
Well, I
also.
didn't want to kill you guys and say, you know, we get to bed at 10 or 11 and then wake up at 5 a.m. to go shoot at 6 to get the sunrise. And
I know.
you guys are, I mean, Piconi might, I don't know.
Yeah, he's more of the seasoned filmmaker, but I think it's also blurred lines because we're all friends. So
I didn't want to like kill you guys because
I
I
know.
knew that.
but don't be codependent. You can kill us. If we sign up to do it, we'll do it.
Okay.
So next time.
Next time.
Anyway, this is your segment. Keep talking. So more updates. So we did that. And then how's it been living here? How have you liked your big life change?
Wow. It's very different and very nice. It's nice to be around family. You guys are very accepting. And yeah, it's good. I'm figuring out how to like be okay with going in the back room and shutting the door and working on stuff because it feels weird not to. I don't know when I'm supposed to be a part of the family or not.
Whenever you want.
Yeah,
You
but
are a part of the family.
Thank you.
You're like, yeah, she's the awesome auntie, everybody. Just if this isn't clear, she's my sister and she is awesome.
Thanks.
And
But you know, I went from doing everything exactly how I wanted to do it all the time because I was just solo.
Yeah.
So it is different to go like, oh, okay, I probably should come out and say hi or help out here, help out there and have dinner together.
Yeah, but you never want to feel that obligation. Like, I hope it's when you want to, not like, oh, they want me to. They think that blah, blah, blah.
Well, there's certain things that are weird. Like if I just decided to lay in bed until 10 o'clock.
Do it. Are you kidding me?
Would you?
You see me on the weekends. I don't get out of my PJs ever. It's nice.
But I think the weekend's a good time for that. But I just don't on the weekends. It's always getting up early anyway. Yeah, there's a built-in productivity thing.
Yeah.
Of also like getting up and starting, especially when other people around you. If we're, you know how it was in COVID, like everybody was in it together. So we all could just kind of relax together. Everyone got in touch with their little house on the prairie. And then I'm going to do this all the time. I'm going to hike with the kids. We're going to play board games.
Yeah.
And now everyone's going back and it's probably just, do you
way
feel
of
it?
the world. I mean, yeah, it's been that way for a long time though. I think you're in a different mode because we had to get back into school and all that right away. So
having kids keeps you on point.
Yeah.
It really
No
does.
time to lounge. 7 a.m. They're out the door. Yeah, it's kind of crazy.
And your husband is he does his very routine schedule.
Mm-hmm. So annoying.
And you're more, let's talk about that.
Not annoying. It's just very different than I am.
Because you like.
It is and it isn't. I don't know.
You wake up naturally. You couldn't even sleep in, huh?
No, yeah, I do. I guess it's a light thing. Although I shut all these blackout lights over the weekend just to see if I could get extra sleep and it works. And Dave sleeps in too. It's nice. No, Dave is great. I shouldn't act like I'm always so annoyed with him. I do it for shtick. It's not that. Although he is. I mean, there are moments and it does happen. And you helped me a lot yesterday, 2 days ago.
A couple of days ago.
Okay. Folks, let's get into it. Marriage fights. But first, we're going to hear from our sponsor, Dream Dinners. We are sponsored by Dream Dinners. Go to dreamdinners.com and enter Mouse and Weens 99 at checkout if you're in the local area of Poway or San Marcos, and you will get $99 off your first order and free delivery if you choose it, or you can go pick it up. It is such a game changer, you guys. Dream Dinners has really changed our family mealtime. We make meals together. We sit down together. I feel confident that they're healthy foods, and the kids can even make them. My husband can make them. It's a really fun, wonderful service. I've been using it for 3 years, and I finally approached them and said, let's make this a business arrangement because I talk about you all the time anyway. So here we are. You save an average of $200 a month off your grocery bill if you sign up for Dream Dinners, which isn't a subscription service. It really is a ad hoc. You can choose it monthly. Whenever you want to stop, you can stop. So there's no subscription. You only have to come in and pick up your meals once a month or have them delivered, but you will get a good bunch of meals in your freezer that you can thaw out and use as you see fit. This is perfect for people who have likes, dislikes, and allergies, and you can insert special instructions for your meals. And it really will change your lifestyle. You guys, please do go try it, mouseandweens.com. We have a quick link to give you your $99 off, or you can go to dreamdinners.com, choose your location. They are nationwide. And if you are in our local area, enter Mouse and Weens 99 and get free delivery and $99 off your first order. Thank you, Dream Dinners. Mouse and Weens 99. They really are good. Don't they save our butt all the time?
Oh my God. I can't imagine.
I know.
It tastes like real food that you didn't have to cook.
And isn't it great? You just go out, pluck a bag,
And you
dinner
look
is
like a
done.
genius.
Yeah.
You've even said that to me.
It's great.
Like, Julianne, this is great.
Yeah.
And I was like,
It's
and
great.
and then I go, all I did is stick it in the oven.
Yeah. You just mix a few things together, put it in the oven according to directions.
I'll
It's
take
awesome.
the compliments.
All right. Yeah. Oh, nice Mouse and Weens placement sticker.
I've been
YouTube,
placing it.
everybody. Okay, back to marriage fights.
Oh yeah, so let's talk about what did you think of that experience? Because it just started naturally, right?
I know, it was weird. It was a Sunday morning, hanging around the kitchen, and Weens over here is a recent psychology grad and is applying to get her master's in counseling. Well,
Social work.
which may lead to counseling, may not, but you decided to jump in and do a little marriage counseling for us without us knowing.
I wasn't even doing it.
Well, you were kind of
knowingly. Yeah.
You were mediating. I don't even know. How did it start? I forget.
I don't know. Oh, I know what it was. You wanted to go get the kids ready to go to the winery
Oh,
in the morning. They wanted to take a bike ride.
Yes, that's it.
And
You're right.
you said, Dave, can you wrangle the kids? Because Elliot's going to his football practice at 11. So can you get the kids? Let's do a nice family bike ride.
Yeah, I wanted to do it early before it got too hot and before all the activities started. And that was my one goal for the weekend, was a nice solid family time without screens. And everybody lounged and nobody wrangled. And then I started griping because the kids don't seem to listen to me very much anymore. And I started blaming Dave because he teases me too. This is like part of our little back and forth, the Bickertons. And
Teases you about what though?
I don't know,
About
just
being like,
everything about me. Right?
yeah, but why did it bother you in this particular? Because you were the one that was trying to nag them,
it's-
quote unquote.
Yeah, right.
Not my word.
I guess it's the nagging thing. Perceived nagging. I see it as, hey, let's make a plan. Teammate of the family. And he sees it as a big nagging eye roll sigh kind of moment. Which sucks, man, because the pigs don't kick up on it. The kids don't pick up on it.
I thought you just had a stroke.
The kids pick up on it and then they do the same thing. Oh, mom, and it's just that undertone. So
Yeah.
you jumped in and helped us navigate. Okay, what could you do differently? And then what could you do differently, and find a middle ground?
Well, because it, much like I think a lot of issues are the deeper issues. It's not just this one time and it was, your thing. I think what he was saying is that he doesn't get a minute to wake up in the morning without you throwing a list at him.
Which
Because
is an
it'd be
exaggeration.
nice to say, I love you, honey, or good morning.
Which
or,
I do.
Do you?
Yes.
All right.
Anyway, I refute that, but I get
Really?
it. No, I know. In general terms, I'm more listy and get it done-y, and he's more chilly, and he has his own plan in his head that he's not communicated. So I think, yay, weekend, we can get all this stuff done. And he thinks, yay, weekend, I can relax and watch things on TV and maybe do one project that he's decided in his head and never told me about. So we're on different pages. Anyway.
But then the fundamental thing that it came down to with you is that you don't feel seen or heard.
Yes.
And then his fundamental thing is that he needs time to adjust in the morning and would like pleasantries, and then you could get into talking about the list.
Yes.
But then you came back and said, well, let's do that before, because by the time we talk about it, sometimes it's too late.
Yeah. If I have to sit and wait on my hands until 11 o'clock on Saturday, then we've lost half of our weekend fun time.
So the solution was, do you remember?
Yes. So instead of calling him at work and being like, hey, we need to talk about blah, 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 I'm supposed to write a list, type it up, keep a moving list, which is sort of doable, but I don't know.
You don't have to type it up.
Yeah, I know, that's kind of weird. At least, yeah. And then we're going to have Thursday couch meetings after dinner when the kids are cleaning up the kitchen. That's going to be our hangout, look at calendars, talk about plans, meet time, discuss time.
It's the Bob Burgers time on the couch.
Yeah, and then they can all finish their dishes and then go watch Bob's Burgers together while I go upstairs and finish my other work. So that was the plan, and I liked it. I think it works, and we both
You have to stick to it now.
agreed. Okay, well, I can't because I'm going out for drinks for my pre-birthday
Tomorrow?
Yeah, so
With who?
with you, I hope.
I'm coming.
So far, Melissa and Aaron,
That's it.
and that's it so far.
That's good.
So it'll be fun, I think.
Yeah.
Whoever
Happy
whoever wants to come,
birthday.
you're
It's
welcome to
Joey's
come.
birthday
Yay, that's
in
me.
2 days on the 25th.
That's right. And Mom,
And Mom's. That's
Mom.
amazing.
Joyce's choice.
Joyce's
It's
choice.
My birthday buddy.
Joyce popped out this little bun on her birthday.
Yes,
Isn't that amazing?
it is. Hey, I just want to say thank you for being our couples counselor. It was very helpful. And I cried some tears trying to get my points out. And I think he understood that. And we hugged lots and it was good. And for somebody who is anti-counseling, that's as close as we're going to get to it, I think. So
Would you have come to that same thing without someone else there?
I
What
mean,
was helpful?
we've done tune-up talks, but it would have taken a lot longer. What's helpful is a third person to hear him, just to be in the room, I think, because homeboy has a chance, he has a tendency to roll right over me and just talk and interrupt. And he's a lawyer. I mean, he wants to win the argument all the time, no matter what we're talking about. So it's nice to have a neutral force in the room to kind of watch his P's and Q's a little bit, I think. Did you sense that at all?
I can't tell. I haven't been in the room with you guys fighting, talking before.
Yeah, I know.
So I don't know, but sometimes it does help maybe just have someone like, okay, he's got a point there, and you also have a point.
Yeah.
And let's
Yeah.
hear what each other has to say.
Yeah, it's the old judge. I've been wishing for this for years. I used to want to have a spy pen and just like film our discussions because I feel like it's so one-sided and it's so hard to get my points out, and then to have a middle ground. And I even said this in our little discussion, I've had ex-boyfriends that I could do that with. They would go, oh, I see your point. Yes, that is another way to do something, but here's my point. And then we kind of sometimes would have to agree to disagree, and then we'd move on, but not Dave. So you talked about that too, which was nice.
I did.
Yeah, you gave us like how to meet in the middle when you want to. What was the example? Now I can't remember. Oh,
I think it was
driving to work. He had
Yeah.
the best way and the one and only best way. And I was like, no, you don't. There's multiple ways to do it, depending on your goal. What if I want to grab some groceries and get gas and then go to your work? Well, that's not the best way. Well, that's an opinion. So it was that whole seen and heard thing, I think. Right?
And I think it came down to, even though his might be the most efficient way, there might be another way. And
Yeah.
it might not be as efficient, but it might serve another purpose. So even if, but then, it was like, yeah, there is a fundamental way to do things the best way. But then, okay, if you don't agree with your way, then just agree to disagree. Like, okay, that's where you have to agree to disagree.
Yeah.
There is another way to do it.
And he can never agree to disagree. He's just right and then walks out the room.
But
So,
maybe this will shift.
I hope so. That would
And
be
maybe
nice.
I do remember a certain person working at a certain job with a certain sister that we came to we would do posters and graphic
Oh, yeah,
design at Neurocrine, and we would get the same result, but you would get so mad that I would get to the same result, but a different way than you would go. But it was the same exact copy of the same exact thing as the end result. But you couldn't
Right,
say,
I was 20 then. I think I'm different now.
okay, but it is
Yeah.
similar.
I get it.
So
Get it. Okay. Just kidding.
you marry what you are. You marry what you are.
We
Just
really
kidding.
are. We're competitive. But
That's
no,
good.
it was good.
It
So
keeps
thank you.
once a week spicy.
Oh, or angry. Maybe it's just angry sex. All right.
Oh.
So just keep rolling along.
Yeah.
Do you have advice for me on my teenagers? Because we had a couple incidents
Oh yeah.
that I don't know. I mean, I handled them. I think we handled them, Dave and I, but I don't know if I handled them well or right. So you let me know what you think. And audience, I would like your opinions too, because I don't know, man. I feel like a big square. So what happened? Where was I?
We were at shooting at the cemetery.
Yes. We went to a cemetery, kind of true crimey, y'all, in our documentary. And I got a text from one of my sons, I'm not going to point fingers, friends, who said, hi, Joelle, this is Mrs. So-and-so, so-and-so's mom. Can you call me, please? And I immediately got red flags because she always just texts me when we go, okay, so-and-so's going to your house. Fine, great. I'll pick him up, yada, yada. So I call her. Well, first I called Dave and he hadn't heard anything. So I call her and she tells me, hi, yes, I hate to tell you this. I'm so sorry. I am so embarrassed. We are not this family. I can't believe this happened on our watch. Meanwhile, my blood pressure is going up. What? Do you remember that time that your son spent the night? Like, I think it was a week and a half ago, 2 weeks at this point. I said, yes. And she goes, well, a video surfaced from that night from our son, meaning her son, and he was drunk. They said, we don't know if your son drank also. All we know is this because we have a policy that we can take his phone when we need to and check through it, and we found it. And he's in big trouble, lost his phone. He's restricted for a while, can't see friends. But we wanted you to hear it from us instead of elsewhere in case it's floating out there in the world. So now there's this video out there in the world that he sent to a friend, and who knows what he did with it. So yeah, I couldn't do anything because, as you know, I was with you in Northern California. So I had to call Dave and have him handle it, which I think he did. He talked to him, and
You guys haven't talked about it?
well, we have, but I mean, I wasn't here. I don't know exactly how he handled it. And as a control person, that's hard to like let go of. But he says he handled it fine. They had a big talk. He took away his phone for a bunch of days, 4 days, 5 days, something, through the weekend. It was like midweek. And then put him on restriction for a week. He couldn't go anywhere. And, then when I came home, we had a big talk about how you can't do this. And it could get in the wrong hands of someone, anyone at school. You never know if it's going to hurt your future, all that stuff. So yes, that was how we handled it. But I don't know if that was right. I don't know if like being so restrictive and punishy is going to help or hurt. So what do you think? Like what? I don't know. I need lots of opinions here, people. I'm like, I don't know what to do with this.
Really?
Kind of, yeah. Do you think?
What do you think? You're too much or too soft?
Well, what I don't want it to do is just shut down the lines of communication. Because what we said was, hey, if you had come to us and said, look, this happened. I tried alcohol. I didn't like it. I didn't drink a lot. My friend did. And then the video got out. And that's what happened. We probably would have gone easier on him. Thank you for talking to us. But because he was sneaky and went behind our back, and then.
But all you did was take his phone away. That's not hard.
I know. But he is going to remember that as, oh, remember that week I was out of touch. Because that's social suicide at this age.
Yeah.
Like, this is how they all stay in touch. So, I don't know. Part of me is like, maybe we should have not punished, but just had a big talk. And that way he'd be more apt to tell us in the future. Like, did we just shut him down? Because now he's like, oh, them finding out equals losing stuff. Therefore, I'm going to be more sneaky about it next time.
Did you have a talk with him later?
Yeah.
What kind of talk?
Just what I said, that talk. That if you would come to us and talk to us, it would have been not as big of a deal. But we had to find out from someone else, which is bad news.
Did you have like a talk about drinking in general? Or no?
Yeah. Not really like the health of it and this and that, more of the safety. And, that's something you can do when you're older. Right now, you're too young and your brain isn't developed and it can lead to bad habits. But we get it. We're all curious, but if you're curious about something, come to us and we can talk about it. So I don't know, but
Sounds good. I
yeah.
think it sounds like healthy parenting. Yeah.
What would you have done? Would you have punished?
I smacked him. I would have said, you have to drink a bottle of Jack Daniels right now and see how great this is. No, I've heard of parents doing that.
Really?
Well, old school days.
Yeah. Scared straight.
Yeah, I don't know. I think that was well handled. Who am I to say? I don't know.
Well, I know. So I went on this girls trip for my pre-weekend, and one of my friends, love her, is very liberal, and she just kind of says she doesn't punish for anything that her kids do. She just talks to them and gives them the tools on how to deal with it, because it is going to come up, and they're in high school and they're going to go to parties and they're going to be people drinking and they're going to drink, and how to handle it. So that was like kind of a mind-blowing statement to me. I was like, really? So you wouldn't have punished? She was like, no. But I don't know how I feel about that. So like, where do you draw that line?
Obviously, you feel like you need to have a consequence.
Yeah, right?
Yeah. I think that's good, because the phone is a great consequence, and that was kind of a big act.
But is that going to shut them down more and make them more sneaky? And
I don't know how communicative is he otherwise.
it's not.
I guess it's a teenager though, right?
Yeah.
Is your other one more?
They're equally quiet about their personal stuff and feelings.
So this is a teenager thing though. I think they're asserting their independence. This is that child psychology stage of, they're just doing their thing, which is healthy. So I think you do have to have a little consequence, because you're still the parents. And yeah, I think it was good. You didn't yell, you didn't slap, you didn't,
You and your slapping. So much slapping.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess so. But it made me second guess when I heard my friend say that she wouldn't have punished. And does she have a better system or relationship? And maybe her kid is more open and communicative, so they can do that more. I don't know. Or is it a boy thing, and like it's easier to be harder on boys? Like, would I have done the same thing with Charlotte? If it were
I would
her?
think so. I see that you give kind of equal punishments.
I think so.
Yeah, she's younger though, but yeah, it's the phones. That's the biggest punishment you can ever do.
Take the phone away. Yeah.
Oh my
For
gosh.
friends.
Yeah. I think it was fine. I think
Yeah.
I don't know. You have to do something, I guess, for them to pay attention.
What about the letting them drink beer at home, like when we were in Germany and the parents just let the kids have beer with dinner and it's not a big deal? What about that?
There's different sides to it, I think, because I'll hear people say, my parents let me have alcohol, so that became a problem. Then later in life is, my parents gave it a green light, and then I was so used to it by the time I was older.
Yeah.
And then there's other people that say it was so taboo, they didn't let me have it, and then it made me really want it. So I think it's just
like
you can't win.
Yeah.
I think you do the best with the kid you have and use your own judgment. I think you did good.
All right. Well,
yeah.
Okay. I did pull up a top 10 list. Thank you for that. Just because it's fun to read top 10 lists. 10 parenting tips for teens. Okay. This is by a bunch of PhDs, David, Amy, and Nadine.
PhD.
Psychologist, child development, and psychiatry from different universities and School of Medicine. Okay. Give kids some leeway. Give teens a chance to establish their own identity, giving them more independence. It's essential to help them establish their own place in the world. Do you think I'm giving my kids enough leeway and independence?
No.
Okay. I don't want to be too controlling, because I know that's my tendency. I try not to. Choose your battles wisely. Doing themselves harm or doing something that could be permanent, or like a tattoo. This is like the tattoo conversation. Those things matter. Purple hair, messy room, those don't matter. Don't nitpick. Okay. Number 3, invite their friends for dinner. It helps to meet kids you have questions about. True. And I like doing that. And that's another thing I lament about not driving anymore. I used to drive all the kids around and I get to know them. And now I don't have to. Although with the younger one, I still do because the bigger one has a 2-seater and can only fit one person in the car, which is nice. And they're not allowed to drive kids around. They can only drive siblings around.
Why don't you invite them all over here for a party?
We don't have a cool enough house, apparently.
What?
Yes. This is what I've been told.
By Ellie?
Yeah.
Or Toby?
By both of them. The game room is too open. Charlotte walks around too much with her dumb friends. The backyard's boring. So I think I need to get her. I know, like, but then it's true. His friends have really cool houses with like shuffleboard
Toys
and ping pong and volleyball nets and all this stuff. So we do have a dartboard and a cool TV outside, but I think I want to get a ping pong table and maybe draw a pickleball court where the basketball court is. Yeah. And then like more sporty things available.
Really?
So that's part of my summer plan. Get that going. Okay, so get to know the kids. If you just say, you can't go out with those kids, it can backfire. It increases the antagonism. Okay. Number 4, decide rules and discipline in advance. If it's a 2-parent family, it's important to be on the same page. Allowance, grounding, blah, 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 which I think we do. I think we're pretty good about coming to agreement on that.
Mm.
Number 5, discuss checking in. Give teens age-appropriate autonomy, especially if they behave appropriately. But you need to know where they are. That's part of responsible parenting. If they need to call and check in, blah blah blah. We do that Life 360. Have you heard of that?
Mm-mm.
It's like that GPS tracking system, and they've all opted in. So at any moment, I can click it and see where their little beep, 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 beep,
Do
beep,
you?
beep, 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 car and phone are. Occasionally, yeah. That one time we lost Elliot after he went to the trampoline place and then the burger place. And then they got kicked out of a mall type place and they were in trouble. And I was like, where are you? And he wasn't picking up his phone. I did it then, but he was fine. He just had his phone off. I don't know. Okay. Number 6, talk to teens about risks. Okay. That's obvious. Number 7, give teens a game plan. Tell them, like drunk driving. That was a big part of our talk. Like if someone's drunk and driving, whatever, I don't care if it's 3 a.m, just call me. I had a friend who made an Uber account, like a family Uber account, put it on all her kids' phones and said like don't ask, don't tell. If you have to use Uber, use Uber. If you have to put your friend in an Uber, do it. We don't want anyone drinking and driving, which I thought was pretty smart.
That's cool.
Do you like that? Would you do that? Yeah. Okay. Number 8, keep the door open. Don't interrogate, but act interested. Share a few tidbits about your own day. Ask about theirs. How was the concert? How was the date? How was your day? Oh, here's a good one. Another good line. You may not feel like talking about what happened right now. I know what that's like. But if you feel like talking about it later, you come to me. Does that sound like Dad? He was always like,
Yeah.
come on, girls.
Did you feel like telling Dad stuff because of that?
No. Well, he was so psychology heavy. I always didn't like it. He was always trying to figure me out and like break the code. And I was like, yeah, get out of my head. Yes, I don't like
Do
that.
I do that?
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
No.
Yes.
I do?
I'll tell you a dream. Like this morning, I told you my crazy dream. And you're like, what do you think that means? And I was like, here we go. It's just a weird dream.
I know, but you shut it down real quick.
Well, yeah, there's some obvious signs there. I'll tell the dream after. Okay, number 9, let kids feel guilty. I think too much is made about self-esteem. Feeling good about yourself is healthy, but people should feel bad if they have hurt someone or done something wrong. Kids need to feel bad sometimes. Do you agree? Guilt is a healthy emotion, but you've been like, don't shame them.
It's like manipulation, though, I think, when it's like, do you know what you did to me when I had to? I don't know. What do I know? That's what I want to say is I'm not sure how to handle
You've
it.
read a ton. You've gone to school for it. I don't know.
It's the guilt and shaming part of there's got to be a way to do it. There's got to be a way to do it where it's not making them, I don't know. Like, okay, for example.
Yeah.
Oh,
What?
well, I don't want to say it because then I'll feel bad because
No,
Mom
tell me.
listens.
Well, oh, Mom.
Well, I felt bad about, like, I was just saying this morning about my We went to Ghirardelli Chocolate Factory for my birthday.
Oh.
And then it was my birthday, so I got to order anything on the menu. And then I just chose the cheapest thing because I knew that we didn't have a lot of money. And then when I was eating it, I was so unhappy. I started crying because I didn't want it. And then Mom was like, why are you crying? It's your birthday. This should be happy. And then I cried more because and then it was all because the thing I ordered. And then I felt terrible. And then they're like, what's wrong with you? And then they got mad at me. So I was crying on my birthday. And they did this big thing, but it was all because I chose the cheapest thing on the menu.
Oh, that's so sad. Charlie in the Chocolate Factory, sad.
Yes.
Oh.
No, it's so.
But you did it because you knew that they wanted you to pick something cheaper.
I think I would try to navigate how to look good. But I don't know if that's shamey stuff. I think we really didn't have money and I felt, but it was confusing.
Yeah. That's hard.
Like, anyway, that's not the same exactly.
It's a cute story though. Poor thing. I know. And I didn't apply to college because I knew we didn't have money. I went the DVC route, the junior college route.
We talked about this morning, but you said
it turned out great. It was a great choice. I was so happy about it because I got straight A's and I got to work and make a buttload of money and get all my crazy party town out of the way, and hung out with my friends that did go away to school. So I got my dorm experience still. And then when I finally got into school as a transfer student, as a junior, I did great. I had already been wise to the world. So yeah, I think it's a great route to go. Folks, parents out there, send your kid to junior college.
Yeah.
And make them go into the transfer system. Just hope that they set their hopes high and like do really well in junior college with a plan to go to, because I got into UCSD and UC Berkeley, which I probably couldn't have gotten into had I gone as a freshman.
Do they take some of the kids from, I think it's like a direct transfer, and they like kids that go to JC first?
Yeah.
There's some direct line. Yeah.
Yeah. There's junior colleges that work with certain schools. And
you get in almost in a sneakier way than average folks.
Yeah, it's sneaky-ish, but it's smart because you're only paying $4 a unit versus tens of thousands of dollars.
$4 a unit? You haven't been to school in a while.
I know, that's what always I've been. And it was great. And so it was super cheap and it was great. Honestly, I loved it.
I did that route too.
Yeah, that's a good thing.
Very smart.
Yeah.
Yay for us.
Yay.
Thanks,
right.
Mom. You taught us how to be efficient, economically sound.
You did not shame us.
And don't worry about that Ghirardelli chocolate situation. I learned later to order expensive things.
Oh, yes, you did.
No, I
Just
haven't.
kidding. All right, wait, number 10. Where'd my list go? Oh, I laughed too hard. I hit a button. Where's number 10?
No, she's looking at how to buy used tires.
No, WebMD sent me down a bad path. Dang it. What is number 10? Okay.
Number 10 is tell them you love them a lot. I'll bet.
Oh, yeah.
Something about telling them how much you appreciate them.
Yeah.
No, they said don't do that. Don't coddle them.
Really?
One time I was with Joelle and we were at karaoke. I made her come with me. I think it was my birthday, so I chose karaoke. Joelle did not want to go, but was supporting me. And then I put her name in to sing and she didn't want to sing. And I was like, come on, Joe, you could do it. You're great. And she moved my hand off of her hand and she said, stop coddling me.
She was coddling. Don't coddle. You coddled me yesterday, making me play flute. I didn't want to play flute.
Why?
Oh,
she played flute on a song and I was so happy about that. But do you really hate it? Why?
Because I can't. I'm not like a play by ear kind of person. It will show how awful I am at playing by ear. I can't tell scales or keys or any of that. I play straight up notes on a page. Like that's how I play music. That's the only way I know how.
But it just said play A and C.
Yeah, well, those weren't the right notes. It was an A and a D that went together. And
really?
That was dumb. It was dumb. But I heard you tooting around after I left. So did you get something? You got something good. All right. Number 10, I found it. WebMD says, be a role model. Your actions, even more than your words, are official. Oh, I can't see. Are critical in helping teens adopt good moral and ethical standards. If they have a good role model from early on, they will be less likely to make bad decisions in their rebellious teen years. So,
or as Metallica says, do as I say, not as I do.
I know. Well,
it's the opposite.
We drink And so, of course, they're going to want to taste drinking things. So maybe we need to cut that out.
Did you? You haven't been drinking a lot around the house.
Well, no, it's like a glass of wine with dinner here and there. It's not a lot.
Yeah, you guys are fine.
Okay, thanks.
It's normal drinking.
All right. Responsible.
Have you ever let the kids try alcohol?
Yeah. We've always had little sips of champagne and wine, and they've taken a big slug of beer before, and most don't like it. Some are like, that's not bad. So it's never been taboo, but it's like, I did kind of trick them, and I said, oh yeah, you're a kid, so you'll throw up. But when you turn 21, you won't throw up. Like it's a magical year that all of a sudden their body's going to switch and then they won't throw up anymore. Well, that was when they were little. I just didn't want to go there.
Jeez.
Now I can explain it a little better.
See, now that's
Lying.
lying.
What's the Santa thing? Not that I'm spoiling anybody's Christmas, am I?
We do have a lot of 6-year-olds listening.
Yes, we do.
Yes.
All right.
All right. Well, I think you do a great job with your kids.
Thank
They're
you.
pretty cool kids.
Thank
Overall,
you.
they are very on the straight and narrow. Who knows what they're really doing? But I don't think
know.
much.
I don't think so either.
Because
seem
they didn't
pretty-
sneak. I was sneaking out at this age, out the window on poor Grandma Ruth. I left to LA and
on
came
her
back.
back.
I rode her. She didn't even notice. She thought it was a backache. Oh, we were terrible kids.
I know there was a lot of sneaking, but we really wanted to get out of that house at that time. Yeah. It was a different situation. I hope. Anyway, I hope you guys are dealing with some of the same things I am in a good way, and have any advice. We're open and available for advice. Help. Did I do it right?
Yeah.
We are at mouseandweens@gmail.com on email. Everything's mouseandweens.com. All
If
our
it's her
socials.
private email, it's mouseandweens.dork.
Jeez. Where'd that come from? She's been living here too long. Getting
Sorry.
comfortable over there.
Just kidding.
All right. I know. It's my tooth. You keep staring at that. Mouse and Weens. Do at Mouse and Weens for all of our social media, YouTube. Anything else?
No.
We want to shout out to our patrons. Hi, Sarah. She's our latest, and we love our patrons. So if you feel like joining the fun, you'll get behind the scenes videos and secret intel on what we're up to and other funny things. And you get swag and welcome gifts, yada, 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 for a mere $5 a month. So go to patreon.com/mouseandweens. Anything else?
Nope.
Yay! All right. Bye, everyone. Thanks for waiting for our episode. Sorry it took so long. We've been busy. Okay. Bye. Mwah, mwah, mwah.
She's 5'8", but her heart's 8 feet. She couldn't find a bathroom, so she peed from a tree. A lot of her friends seem to end in sounds of E. Carla, Allie, Kari, Daphne, he and Stephanie. Her husband Dave loves her and they're so darn cute. He's secretly attracted to the sounds of her toots, and also to the melody that comes from her flute. The devil went down to Georgia with the coots.
Friend, she would call me baby. Let's eat sproggles und toasty. I know sometimes I can be a ham.
Mammy.
And no, Mom, I still don't love Pearl Jam. Let your love ocean wash into my banks. We'll be so rich, we'll buy Spanx for the kinks. You're my hunt, you're my beautiful dove. Loves frickin' like no others.
Friggin' loves like no others.
At the Mexico airport, she couldn't find her phone. She yelled at some travelers who wish they stayed at home. Thanks, Mom, for giving us that Wrigley dog. It makes me forget about that squished hot tub frog. Thanks for helping me drive between the lines, even when I'm putting Mouse and Weens stickers on the signs. My favorite way to start the day. is your morning hugs that make me feel okay.
Wriggly dog. Ooh, squished hot tub frog.
I love that one time in Hawaii when you said in the car, "Oh geez, you scared me. I want to take pictures with you in a photo booth, but maybe I'll wait until you get your tooth. Thanks for buying me the protein powder."
Help, my voice is changing.
It's getting deeper and louder. Why did Aunt Nan make me sing this song? Oh yeah, it's because I love you, Mom.
Yeah, dum dum song. Yeah, we love you, Mom.
I love that you're the garden lady at my school. It makes it really great and it makes it really cool. We went to Costco and I kept shocking you. The electricity came up from my shoes. Thanks for allowing me to get 2 cats. One poops on the floor and the other one's fat. Thanks for saving my flip-flop on the water slide in Mexico before it went into the tide. I love you, Mom. Yay!
2 cats. Yeah, one's fat.
Ready?
Happy birthday, Mama. We love you.
Hey there, podcasters, influencers, YouTubers, basically anybody with a fan base. How would you like to join me as a contestant on my new trivia podcast, the smartest podcast on the planet, hosted by that guy, Chad? Every content creator out there wants to be the best. Well, here's your chance to prove it. I'm calling for any and all content creators out there to go head-to-head on my show and prove that you are, well, the smartest. Challenge your friends. Challenge your co-host. You can even challenge your supporters. I don't care. If you want to be a contestant on the show, send an email to booking@smartestpod.com. That's booking@smartestpod.com. Do you need to get a pen? That's fine. I'll wait. That's booking@smartestpod.com. You know what? Better yet, just go to our website, smartestpod.com, and click on the guest page. And I know that you're wondering if the smartest podcast on the planet, hosted by me, is any good. No, it's not. It's f***ing awesome. The smartest podcast on the planet is not actually the smartest podcast on the planet, but it is the smartest podcast on the planet, hosted by that guy, Chad, and is a proud member of the Podfix Network.
This was a podcast of the Podfix Network. You can check out more shows like it at podfixnetwork.com.